Hello twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today is the full moon in Virgo, so we're doing a special edition reading to see what kind of opportunities and challenges this new moon presents for the twins. I will do the questions and answers style, and at the beginning I want to pull oracle cards, and today is going to be the Ascended Masters, the Keepers of the Light oracle. So let's get right to it. Let's see what we have for Divine Feminine's watching. So while I'm doing a little bit of shuffling, just a quick note that the new moon in Virgo basically, well, as any new moon, of course, it sets mood, it sets intention, it sets the kind of the vibe for the new cycle, right? And depending on how clear you are on what you're trying to pursue, what you're trying to achieve, the better results you're going to see within the next lunar cycle, which is 28 days, but also within the next 6 months. And this is like a bigger cycle until the next well, not the next new moon, but it's going to be the next full moon in Virgo. So this is kind of like gonna conclude the bigger cycle. And you can, of course, manifest for both of those, not just for the next months. It's gonna last for a few more days, although the peak is tonight. Tonight for my time zone, for yourself it can be even tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world. But essentially it's, you still have till end of the week to use this manifestation power and to ride this wave out into how do I see my life? And the more exact, the more precise you are, the better, because we are in Virgo energy, and Virgo likes to be detailed, likes practicality. It's also the sign of taking care of yourself, of wellness, of everyday routine. Is like exactly what is my schedule like, what is my life like, work-life balance. How do I take care of myself? Really good time for manifesting something around those topics. Okay, let's see what we have for Divine Feminines. And it's at 21 degrees. So if you have any planets in your chart at 21 degrees, this is the area that is going to be impacted most for you personally. Lady Nada, Heart Awakening. Beautiful card. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. So that might be a good topic for you to manifest, Divine Feminines, especially if that's been a challenge for one or another reason. For masculines, we have Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Again, and remember, I mentioned that the other day, that manifest out of love, not out of lack. So, and I know it may sound sometimes that it's kind of like different sides of the same coin, but from a manifestation perspective, the difference is pretty crucial of whether you're manifesting something because you're lacking it, you don't have something, or manifesting like, this is what I want my life to be, and that's the setup you are talking about. And also remember, I mentioned yesterday about Mercury going direct. It's going direct tomorrow, so especially if you are doing anything between like Friday and Sunday, when it goes direct, be very clear in communication about your desires, your manifestations, your goals. Words are important. The narration, the story, the intonation even, all of it is gonna matter. Okay, I've chosen the Dream Keepers Tarot for the read, so we'll ask a few questions. We'll have always cards and clarification, main cards and clarifiers. So first of all, we'll get the energy for each, not the energy, sorry, the opportunities that this new moon presents. Then we'll have the challenges, and then we'll get what action is being taken by each of the twins in this new moon in Virgo. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. This is the Virgo cards. It's pretty good token, pretty good omen that the energy is very favorable for the twins to manifest Virgo is also the sign of healing, right? To manifest that hard healing, to get into a space of stability and balance where you're not driven by your emotions, where even if some triggers come up in your life, whether it's from your twin or somebody else, it doesn't bother you, you know? It's not setting the game up. Oops. Okay, guys. I have to pick this up. I was trying to pick up one card and lost my entire deck. But let's say it's a shuffle that it actually needed. Okay. Let me do an actual shuffle. Ooh, wow, that was fast. I saw a star and the devil and 6 of wands. Yeah, so you know those images of like the toxic and the divine side of what we're trying to achieve, to manifest, to bring about, they can look quite similar a lot of times, but they're not. Okay, and we'll get more information right now about that discernment. So we have Ace of Pentacles here. Again, a really good omen, because Virgo is an earth sign, which is Pentacles. And new moon is all about new beginnings, right? So this is something tangible, something that that's the resource that you can utilize, that's been provided to you, that you can utilize towards your joy and happiness, towards your bigger goals, whatever those are. So feminines, for you, the opportunity, we see the 10 of Swords clarified by the moon. Yeah, so just to continue the topic, this is seeing like all the different connections between the cause and effect of what has been happening in your life, or specifically what is in focus in terms of heartache, in terms of any kind of pain or negative feeling that you have in this cycle, in your attention. All right, so this is allowing to close that out, to see exactly where is it coming from, to see that beginning of that wounding, to get down to inner child work, all that good stuff, right? Maybe you'll get a memory from your childhood of when it all started and how much, and you'll just see how much it impacts you now in your current story. Or for others, it's at least going to be a general pattern where you've never seen that kind of connection before. Now you'll see it on a whole different level. And that is to bring that release, relief, and closure to a specific situation that you're working through, but also to that array of events, because there's a very good chance that between the initial wounding and the current time, there's been more than one that was focused around the same dynamic, to bring about the same kind of feeling, to show you something important. For masculines, we have 10 of Cups, clarified by King. I love these 10s actually, because up till this moment of peak that's happening tonight, the energy is still in kind of like the previous cycle closure. And this is a great place to be. Tens are almost like a celebration of the end of a cycle. Even if it didn't go according to the plan, you know, in case of 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, it's still kind of like showing you the story, right? Like you've come a long way, right? You've been through things in this cycle. This is a time to summarize them, to cut your losses, to celebrate your wins, and move on. So masculines are celebrating. Coming into senses with their idea of love, I'm getting. Because they've never thought how much the emotions, the feelings, the communication actually impacts the overall understanding of love in their relationship and what they're looking for. They didn't pay too much attention to it before, but now, again, it's coming full circle to them, and they're becoming this master of emotional intelligence and also understanding on the one hand, how emotional side of things actually impacts everything, and secondly, how important inner peace and calm is in this. You know that a lot of times we see the drama, the emotions as a sign of like a lot of passion, and for some people that means a lot of love. But now and maybe a lot of it is because, not maybe, thank you for correcting me, but in a lot of cases that's also what this particular person has seen in their relationship, maybe in their parents' relationship, and that's to them kind of a definition. Like that's what happens when people are in love. But now there's this whole new understanding that that's not really, it's not that buzz that you want to get, it still at the end of the day, it gets you exhausted, gets you in a sad place, it makes you want to fight for yourself, which sounds a little heroic, but is not what all it is cracked up to be. It's not glorious, and it's not making you happy, it's not getting you anywhere. You're not supposed to fight in your relationship. I kind of love that this is the big understanding that they are getting during this time. Okay, the challenge for the feminines, the Hanged Woman and Eight of Swords. Yeah, so there is this kind of energy of stuckness that could happen if you don't move on past the triggers that have come up in this cycle. If you don't switch the Hanged Woman state into the taking action towards, that's, by the way, that's another big part of manifesting on the new moon. It's not just like wishing on a star, it's you taking specific steps. And when it comes to Virgo again is very hands-on, very detailed, right? Like, okay, even if I want to conquer the kingdom, this is how I'm gonna do it on day 1, day 2, day 3, even if it's gonna take me 5 years. That's how precise Virgo is. And of course you aren't gonna know all the steps for all 5 years, right? But at least the first few days, few weeks, it's a good idea to have that vision and to include that into your manifestation and to start taking those steps. So nobody's preventing you to start walking towards your dream, walking or working or both today, So it's really important not to get hung up on all of those emotions, triggers, and past failures, to talk yourself out of it. Don't talk yourself out of it, feminines. For masculines, we have the Chariot clarified by Nine of Swords. So for masculines, the challenge is not to try to go too fast, because it's been a while, it's been a lot of back and forth, so there may be an anxiety of like, okay, if I don't fix it now, or if I don't settle this now, I'm gonna lose my person, I'm gonna lose my chance at a happy ending, happily ever after, or something along those lines, or they're never gonna forgive me if I don't set the record straight in this cycle. So don't rush, divine masculines. This is trust that everything is unfolding in divine timing. And of course, be kind, compassionate. If you feel guided, ask for forgiveness, but do not feel like that puts a lot of pressure on the timing. That your success with your feminine is somehow dependent on whether you'll be able to achieve it in a month, or in 2 months, or in 6 months. What action is being taken? So for feminines, we have the High Priestess with 3 of Cups. Yeah, it's the celebration of the light worker in you, who's the healer and the teacher in you. It's celebration of yourself. It's not about right now, it's not about rushing to like get a date with your masculine, or start building business might be a good idea, but not from a perspective of making money, right? Even if you're continuing with your career, with your mission, with your pursuits, it's supposed to be something that kind of emphasizes who you are, and helps you be you, helps you rejoice and be happy in what you do best, what you know best, what you love best. Like that should be your motivation really in taking next steps. What will highlight your personality as this High Priestess? For masculines, we have 5 of Swords clarified by Wheel of Fortune. So masculines are trusting that the universe is going to show them what's the rite of passage, so to speak. how to get untangled from different karmic scenarios that they have going on. I'm getting that there's like all this transformation and the getting into King of Cups state is showing them on a new level how deep they are in certain karmic scenarios and certain beliefs, with certain commitments I'm hearing and responsibilities. So they know it will take time to untangle from those, and they don't have a very good idea at this point how it's going to happen, but they really want that, and they're trusting that they will be guided in the correct timing, in the correct sequence on how to achieve that. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you do utilize this new moon energy to your benefit, to your abundance, to your happiness. And of course, as always, I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. And thank you, by the way, for the words of support, for your likes, shares, and subscribes. And let's keep going. Bye, everyone.